A Chicago Tribune investigation just exposed how America's largest government ERP provider, let's call them Vendor One, used a convicted lobbyist to capture Cook County, Illinois contracts that exploded from $75 million to over $250 million, with systems still failing after a decade. But here's what should really terrify every government official watching. This isn't about one corrupt lobbyist or one bad vendor. It's a systemic crisis that seems to be destroying public sector technology projects at a high rate across America. Here's exactly how the scheme worked and why it reveals deeper procurement problems. In 2015, Vendor One won a $30 million Cook County property tax system implementation contract. October 2016, after missing its first major deadline, Vendor One hired a convicted lobbyist and the president of the City Club of Chicago. The lobbyist staged situations where Vendor One executives would wine and dine officials away from public scrutiny. Board presidents multiple times dined with the lobbyist at the City Club. The chair of the technology committee and a vendor skeptic found himself seated at the vendor's VP of sales table the day before a critical $36.5 million vote. The result was that the contracts ballooned from $75 million to over $250 million. In 2019, Cook County tried to fire the vendor, but they're too financially committed to start over, or so they thought. Capture achieved. Exactly what Vendor One's SEC filings promised shareholders, replacing internal IT and forcing long-term outsourcing. One paid the lobbyist $45,000 or more. The real taxpayer cost $200 million plus in overruns and counting. The moral of the story is there is no specific reason why the product failed, other than there was no oversight. Yes, the company oversold their capabilities maybe, and maybe the lobbyist was involved in other nefarious things, but implementations like these with those dollar figures all come down to one simple thing. Who's watching? The vendor. Who's protecting the client? Who's protecting the county? Who's protecting the taxpayer? When you have vested interest from software providers to go live, stick you with the bill, and blatantly say that we're here to replace your IT, that's not partnership. That's not how we like doing business. You need somebody like Avero in your corner, negotiating the right contracts and making sure that once the contract signs, there better be a really good reason why you would have even $1 added to your cost. Forget 75% overruns or more. So just a cautionary tale. This just hit my radar in terms of news items, and I'll be keeping an eye on how this goes from here. But thanks for watching. Thank you.